Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to SAP Easy Learning. Today, what I want to share with you is SAP Alternative Item Solution. Like other solutions I shared before, first I will introduce you the business background, and then the system process, and the last but not least, the system demo. Okay, first let's check the business background of this solution. In some industries, especially high technology or PCBA industry, because of the materials supply are not stable, or the company want to lower the cost, or some other reasons, some materials can be replaced by each other. So we call it alternative items. And company purchase each material from different vendors to ensure their production schedule that needs SAP to manage these alternative relations, and also user need SAP to run MRP and get proper purchasing plan for each material. Here what you can see was one of my client's requirement. First, the alternative relations can be easily maintained. They can add or delete materials from an alternative set. Then it can affect all finished goods that have this alternative set. Because the change of alternative materials happens very frequently. They don't want to update hundreds finished goods BOM every time. Number two, materials in alternative set has priority and percentage setting. When run MRP, PR can be generated by percentage to balance their stock and vendors. These percentage settings are maintained by purchasing department, and all PR are generated by MRP automatically. Number three, because of customers' requirement and lower the risk of compatible issue, one board can only use one material from the alternative set. Number four, when production orders consuming the items, first consume main item, which means higher priority. Once main items stock and PO are not enough, then consume alternative items. All right, that was the requirement. Actually, SAP provides many alternative solutions, like discontinued parts, alternative items in BOM, or even MPN MRP set. After discussion with user and testing, I find alternative items solution is the most suitable solution for this scenario. But still need to do some enhancement to meet some special requirement. But that's not the point for today's session. Let's go back to alternative item solution. Below two pictures show you some concept of alternative items. Actually, user may have global alternative, means materials can be alternatively used at any product. Or product level alternative, means only can be alternatively replaced at specific product. Or even position level alternative, means only can be replaced at one position in one product. Okay, now let's see the system process, how we prepare master data and ATP and MRP. Assume that we have three alternative raw materials, and we will have different alternative sets. For example, alternative set 1, we have raw material 1 and raw material 2. Materials 1 has higher priority and percentage of purchasing is 80, and raw material 2 has lower priority and percentage of purchasing is 20. Then we assign this alternative set to one product. Here, let me introduce some concept to make you easier to understand. Alternative set actually is phantom item in SAP BOM. I made the name alternative set to make user easier to understand. You can add alternative items directly to a finished good and do alternative settings like percentage and priorities. It's no problem, but like what I said before, once your alternative materials have some changes, you need to change every finished goods BOM. But if we do phantom item, that means we only need to maintain alternative materials in one BOM. That will be easier for data maintenance. Then The priority in each alternative set, we have one material as main item. Other materials are alternative items. So this setting will be used when consuming the materials. Another thing is alternative strategy. This setting 100% will ensure only one material from alternative set will be selected when doing assembly. Okay, then the planning. First, we have PIR of finished goods, and after MPS run, we have planned orders for finished goods. In the planned order components, we can see the alternative materials requirements are divided by percentage setting in BOM. Then we will do ATP to planned orders. Based on stock and PO situation, planned order will determine which one material will be used. Just remember we set the alternative strategy as 100%. Go down from this step, you can see which material will be selected based on different scenarios. The last situation you may find that once all alternative items stock and PO cannot meet the requirement, system will split the requirement by percentage. That's different from what I said as 100% strategy, but you don't need to worry about that. It is system standard behavior. Mostly it will happen to planned orders, means a very long period planning before real production. And that's what planning department want to see. For long period planning, they need to buy materials by percentage to ensure the balance of stock. And once we have production orders, we will have enough stock and the PO. I can say 100% we will have, but only very special situation will happen to production order ATP because it's production order only days before real production. If we still don't have enough raw materials in stock, we can only say someone from planning department did really bad job. Okay, but if you have a user want to 100% select only one material from alternative set, you can do some enhancement at ATP. That's achievable. Okay. Okay, I think we spent too much time at ATP, but it's really the most important step at the whole solution. The last step is MRP. Based on which material planned orders and production orders selected, each material will have their own requirement and supply. Then run MRP to get their PRs. That's the whole process. Now let's see a simple demo of this solution. First, let's check BOM settings. From finished goods. Here in finished goods BOM, we have a phantom semi-finished good. I call it alternative set. In the BOM of alternative set material, we have two raw materials. Let's see the alternative settings. Here is alternative group. You can define whatever names, just ensure it's the same for all alternative items you want to put into one group. Here we can see priority, alternative strategy, and percentage settings. And another item, priority, strategy, and percentage. PIR and MPS and MRP run, I will skip them, just the regular operations. Let's see the requirement of alternative items in planned order and what will happen once we do ATP. Here we have a planned order after MPS run and we can check it. Let me choose change mode because later I will do ATP. Here, check components. Now we can see the requirement of each component are divided by percentage. Then let's do ATP. Let's just remember stock of raw material 1 is 100, raw material 2 is 150. The planned order quantity is 100. So let's do ATP. Okay, After ATP, material 1 has the total requirement 100. Material 2 goes to 0. Both of their stock can meet the requirement, but material 1 has higher priority. Now we change the order quantity to 120. Okay. After ATP, material 2 has the total requirement 120. Material 1 goes to 0 because only material 2 can meet the requirement. Now we change the order quantity to 200. After ATP, the requirement divided to percentage. Okay. Until now, if you are going to implement this solution to your client or your company, you need to pay attention here. Did you find some issue? The total requirement is 200, material 1 and material 2. We have totally 250 stock. So technically, we don't need to buy anything. But for material 1, the requirement is 160. The current stock is 100. So we will have 60 PR after MRP run. Material 2, the requirement is 40. We have 150 stock, so no PR will be generated. That means we may purchase 60 more material 1. That may cause a great loss. So different materials share the stock as supply. To run MRP in SAP, we can only achieve that by MPN MRP set. But MPN MRP set will only put the requirement to main material. That also cannot meet the client's requirement. To resolve this issue, I made another enhancement at ATP. I believe when you really do the implementation, you can also find your own way to resolve this problem. Okay, thanks for your watching. That's it for this session. See you next time.